thoughts. Again, Rick, is the January 6th committee damaging or eroding our Constitution?
They are damaging and eroding it, no doubt about it. Mark Levin nails it as always. He is the great one, and I think the greatest constitutional scholar living today. Love that guy, and he's right on. I mean, look, when you allow one side to control all the questioning, to control who's on the committee, you're going into that proverb situation that says one side sounds good until you hear the other. Only the American people aren't getting the other side. The people that would have asked the tough questions like Jim Jordan weren't allowed on the committee. Anybody that would disagree or ask Nancy Pelosi a tough question was not allowed on the committee. So it is a sham. It's a show trial. And you're right on, Greg. It is absolutely eroding our Constitution. Okay,
Texas-owned John Cornyn, senator here, was booed from the stage at the state Republican convention. Was that unfair or is that deserved?
Deserved not just for his current actions, but many times. John Cornyn talks a good game, but he's eroded constitutional principles behind the scenes in many different ways over the years. So I'm not a fan. I think the Republican convention got it right here, and they sent a signal to Senator Cornyn and other Republicans that would give away our constitutional rights, especially with regard to the Second Amendment.
So do you think he heard that? I mean, did that register?
Not likely.
Okay. Curious to find out why. Biden economic advisor Brian Deese was explaining why the public is missing the good parts of the president's economic policies. And listen to this.
The president this week asked Americans to have confidence in the economy. They clearly don't, though.
Well, look, we get it. When you drive up to the pump and you see the prices that we have today, it creates uncertainty and it creates real economic hardship. But at the same time, it is important as Americans that we recognize the unique strengths that we have in this economy.
Okay, Rick, I'll confess, I don't know the unique strengths of the Biden economy. Do you have any idea what we're talking about here?
Yeah, sure. The unique strengths of the Biden economy are that it enriches the Biden family, right? I mean, as long as the Biden family is in any kind of a powerful position, it's amazing how wealthy the members of the Biden family become. That's the only strength I can think of.
Okay. You raised an eye-opening question on Twitter. Does democracy equal mobocracy? What do you mean by that?
Well, that was the words of John Adams and other founding fathers. They said democracy is one of the greatest of evils. It's mobocracy. It always ends in violence. That's why we are not a democracy in America. We're a republic, actually a constitutional republic, and we've forgotten that for too long. We haven't taught the difference between a democracy and a republic and the importance of the constitutional jurisdictions and limitations on government when you are a constitutional republic. The left loves democracy because they can then have a mobocracy that allows them to be able to get what they want just by screaming the loudest. That's not the American way, but unfortunately that's what happens too often in our country because of our own civic ignorance. But that ignorance is curable.
And they can walk over cars and scream and yell.
That's right.
All right. An illegal in Minneapolis in a police chase and shootout was deported 7 times prior to this. So this sounds like a border story, but it's not a border story. It's in Minnesota. Will the president's open border policy lead to more of this criminal activity across our nation?
It's happening all the time, Greg, and it's in every one of our states. I mean, everyone's having to deal with it, with this. It's not just Texas or New Mexico. It is in Minnesota. It's in Washington State. It's all over the country because they have opened the floodgates. This is an absolute invasion at our borders. The federal government has failed us completely here, and it's why we continue to call on the governors of the southern states to step up and do what they are authorized to do under Article 1, Section 10.
We know that progressive socialists, leftist liberals can be confused, but this lady I'm about to show you deserves a prize.
$5.50 a tank, $5.50 a gallon at Costco, $5.50 a gallon at Costco. This is the work of the religious right.
All right, President says it's Putin and then big oil and Congress in action, depending on what day you listen to him. Now, she just identified a whole new group. That's you, the religious right. Your thoughts?
I'm trying not to be speechless. You know, you don't ask me on here to sit here and be speechless. So I have to say, we're back to telling a lie loud enough and long enough. Obviously, she's believing lies that someone has told her. Let's just remind the American people, every bit of this energy crisis we're facing right now is at the feet of Joe Biden. It's Joe Biden's policies that have caused 100% of this, and that's why I love seeing those stickers at the pump when I have to pay these outrageous prices with his little picture there saying, I did this. He absolutely did.
Brent Green, thank you so much. Bring you back here in a moment to close this up. Tim?